Abhishek sir, I think, has given a good platform for us to talk more on now at the ground level, that what are the roles in demand as far as emerging careers are concerned. Sir, please go ahead.
Yes, thanks, Rohit. So everybody, so I think we heard Rohit as well as Abhishek Singh sir so far. Broadly, the roles which are in demand, we have put two here, but I'll say, there are three types of roles broadly in demand, right? So one is around technology, but we are not going to talk much about it because those roles, for example, fintech, we have programmers who are aware of both domain and technology, right? So we are not talking about it here right now because we are more focused on people who come from finance background. We're not sure all of you come from a deep programming background. So we are leaving that out. But then apart from that, broadly, you can classify most of the fresher roles in finance, whether they're on the finance, marketing and sales side or they're on the operations side, right? So that's how you can basically categorize them. If you have an inclination to talk more and more to people, to clinch deals, convince people, right? And you naturally enjoy that, correct? Then probably you should look at something in marketing and sales, right? Generate leads, talk to people, get them involved, manage events, get people there, create conversions, get customers, inbound conversions, any kind of, for example, your website, people are making inquiries there. Somebody hands over the inquiry to you, talk to that person and convert. Branch sales, right? We have relationship managers at the branch who are knowledgeable in the banking products. They understand customer very well, engage, understand their requirements, and recommend appropriate banking products to them, as an example, right? And then there are outbound sales people who maybe go and maintain relationships with corporates, for example, for corporate banking, accounts and for salary accounts, etc. That's one aspect. Today what we are going to focus more on the operations aspect. Those roles which target sales, they are also very, very valuable. The fact that we are not going to talk much about it today doesn't mean that they are not valuable roles. Okay, so let's understand that. But right now we are not focusing on that. What we are focusing is more on the roles what we broadly classify as operations, right? So for example, if you're a core risk management guy, you're a core finance and accounting guy, you're more into an operations role, right? That doesn't mean you are not selling. You have to still sell. You have to convince your customers, your bosses, right? Is that doesn't mean that you don't need any selling skills at all, right? It's not a 0 or 1. It's like 80% focus somewhere, and here in this case 80% focus somewhere else. So broadly, these roles are in finance and accounting, business analysis, data analysis, as I think Abhishek Singh sir mentioned. And don't get confused. Not all data analysts are only coming with the programming background, right? If you have little bit of that background, it helps, right? Today companies want people who understand basics. For example, they understand Excel well, they understand Python well. I think as sir gave an example, right? That much of exposure you must have, and slowly you can develop and on those skills later. Finance analyst, research analyst, so some of these are kind of profiles which are there, and we are looking at these profiles because these profiles give a very good upward momentum in your career, right? Once you are able to, so I think if you say broadly there are two tracks from where you can reach and be a CEO of a bank or CEO of a boutique investment bank or an investment bank. I think you will come from one of these two backgrounds, and ideally as you graduate, you should have both of these capabilities. You should be a good salesperson as well as you should be having a very good kind of a domain knowledge. That's what will take you to the top, right? But you start in primarily one of these two roles. That's how it happens.
Makes
Rohit, yes,
sense.
yeah,
Makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. And then we did look at couple of surveys, and we looked at LinkedIn, for example. We looked at Glassdoor, pay scales. We looked at couple of other surveys, and these are some of the highest paying jobs in finance in India, right? Now you might get confused. We are talking emerging or highest paying. See, by and large, try to understand when any technology, any job is emerging. By definition, there is a higher demand and there is a short supply of people who are skilled in performing those jobs, right? So that is why, for example, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, blockchain, on the technology side, these jobs are paying very well, right? Just like that, these jobs are well-paying jobs on the finance side. Obviously, you need to be capable, which means having necessary kind of a background by way of good pedigree as much as possible, and having demonstrated through projects, learning, skills building. That's what we need. Out of those 10 15 jobs which are listed there, we sort of, omitted some of them. For example, we looked at, omitted compliance officer, right? It's a very clear finance job. It's very good job as well. But primarily, law, people with qualification in law and chartered accountants are primarily preferred. So we kept them out for the time being, right? No harm in looking at those jobs, don't get me wrong. But we are looking at typical MBA, PGDM profile, and that's why we kept it out of this. For example, there is a financial software developer, right? So we have kept it out on the right hand side. Also, chief compliance officer, CFO, chief risk officer, right? These are good paying jobs, but they are not available typically for the fresher. And then we came out with this list of 9 jobs. So these, you will find them almost similar. Many surveys will have these jobs which are available for the freshers, typically MBA and PGDM, and MCOM, BBA and BCom graduates, right? So you can aspire for these kind of jobs. That's what we are saying. Obviously, aspire for even more. Nothing is against that, but this is where you can realistically aim. You can get good pay as well as good career progression ladder, right? So this is the family of jobs we are talking about. Rohit,
Makes
anything you
sense.
would like
Makes
to
sense.
add? Yeah.
No, I think the one crucial point over here is what we are talking, all of us, you, me, Abhishek sir, is the fact that these are high-paying jobs, a family of jobs. That's the takeaway. These are all high-paying family of jobs for freshers, which involves technology also, which is important. And this involves absolute understanding of fundamentals from the latest bit, not from topics which are obsolete, the latest bit. And that's why you are paid high, because you know those fundamentals and you are technology also ready. And as sir mentioned, technology doesn't mean programming. Technology means usage of technology in financial data. And that's what we are going to make you learn also. Over to you, sir.
Thanks, Rohit. So if you look at some of these roles, for example, we have put here. So sometimes the nomenclatures change, right? So at times in the non-finance industry they call it MIS executive, right? Somebody who's working in F&A as well. Or typical, nomenclatures are finance analyst, investment analyst, research analyst. Those kind of nomenclatures are very prevalent, and a good deal of jobs are available for freshers as well, right? You are looking at here something like 0 years to 1 year kind of a profiles which are available there. So we looked at a lot of them. We looked at also, what are, I think Rohit, we can progress. Yes. So we looked at, average salaries that are available in the marketplace, right? So this is again, this is average BA salary. So, I think, and this in here we didn't have the data available as to, how many years and which kind of employees, but these are reasonably high paying jobs. Then we dig more deeper, right? We can go to the next. So, we looked at LinkedIn data, which is fairly good data because LinkedIn is a network for professionals, and this is anonymized data that you contribute. For example, if you are a LinkedIn subscriber, you will, for example, if you go to the salary section, the LinkedIn will force you to enter your salary, right? That's what they will do it for me or anybody, and then they will allow you for a year or so to look at the salaries of other people in different roles, and that's exactly what I have done this week, right? So if you look at equity research, they have given ranges, what kind of uh, salaries are drawn by people, right? And this is for less than 1 year. So we are looking at freshers. It also shows on the right hand side, other titles in this role. So through a lot of artificial intelligence that LinkedIn has developed over a period of time, they are showing, what are the similar kind of titles, right? Because a lot of keywords are, similar, and that's how we have also done fair bit of study to put together a family of jobs, right? So these jobs are like 75-80% same. Of course, there are some nuances of that job, and we'll discuss those nuances. Investment analyst, for example, right? A fair degree. This is again less than 1 year kind of experience. Investment banking analyst, right? Look at it. I mean, investment analyst was probably 2 to 3 lakhs rupees less than this, right? What differs is, in investment banking, you have to be a little bit more savvy in terms of communication, presentation, and you have to be slightly more sales oriented, right? So because banking jobs are always the jobs where people are making deals, you need a lot of knowledge of finance, but you have to be more even sales oriented as well. So that's where the salaries are going up, right? And then I think following on from investment banking analyst, I think next one we can see. Uh, yeah, again, investment banking associate salaries, maybe the next one is assistant manager corporate finance. So again, these are slightly higher salaries, but this data is little bit skewed. I was thinking why there is so much gap, but many times, chartered accountants are preferred for this job. I'm not saying MBAs don't qualify. Okay, I have a lot of friends from IIM, non-IIM category who are drawing fantastic salaries, but in general, that price point is little bit higher. in 0 to 1 because CAs are larger in numbers over there. That's all. Market analysts, again, very good challenge. This is not marketing analysts. These are not marketing guys, right? These are the finance guys who are doing market analysis, right? That is little bit different from doing the marketing analysis. They are not looking at just target segments, etc. For example, these kind of people will look at companies, analyze those companies. They will look at what are the good companies to acquire. If you are got a, you're an investment banker and looking at the mandate to acquire, let's say, a startup in healthcare space, right? You will go into the market. So these are finance oriented profiles.
I will also add one more thing. अगर इस कंपनी का इस मार्केट एनालिस्ट जो कंपनी जो लोगो है वो फ्यूचर्स फर्स्ट का है. And Futures First is so I worked in Futures First, and Futures First at 2007-8 was India's only derivatives trading company. And that is the market analyst role. Now, market analyst पे जैसे सर ने कहा, it's about analyzing the market, and उनका जो काम था वो था trading. So, but you need to analyze the market by sitting in a Bloomberg terminal, for example. Now, if you are able to do so only when you know how do you read a balance sheet, how do you read a P&L statement, how do you understand the market, which is where the understanding of the market, the industry, the sector comes in the picture, which is exactly one of the course modules that we have in our course. So I think what we are talking over here, before we get into that, what we are talking over here is these are the roles that you are getting prepared for in this particular course, because these are emerging careers in finance, which involves absolute fundamental, which is what Abhishek Singh sir said, which is what Shailendra sir is saying. You need to have mentoring. It just cannot have just you learn something and by your academics it will not happen. You need to have a mentor, which is very, very important. And third is your technology bend needs to happen.